This piece is called The Hole. I reached into the hole. I found my courage. Courage to quiet the voice of my inner critic. I reached into the hole. I found strength. Strength to show up, be heard, and see what I'm made of. Yeah, I reached into that hole. So I returned another day, and I reached into the hole. And this time I found my gumption. Gumption to share poetry, music, artistry, sing jazz. Gumption. Gumption to believe and pivot. Gumption to say I'm enough and start to believe it. Gumption. Gumption to breathe life into my dreams. Gumption to leave the table when respect is no longer being served. I'm good, no thank you. That being said, I liked what I found, so I doubled back, returned to the hole. This time there were parts, various fragments. Parts of me that miss my grandma, parts of us drinking Maxwell House coffee, remembering how it was good to the last drop. Sometimes chock full of nuts coffee, you know, the one in a yellow can. Great times, great moments, because in those moments, it was those moments that nothing else in the world mattered. In those moments, the world made sense. Since then, my soul shifted. Parts that felt like she was all that I had at the time. Parts remembering I was the only family member that showed up to her funeral. That hole had so many parts that I didn't know that were still there. Parts of me, parts of stories, some weird stories that I didn't even look good in. Why those stories? Parts I've been ashamed of, parts that get embarrassed, parts appearing messy, parts still hurting, still healing, even in this moment, ouch, still tender to the touch. Parts healing a dysregulatory nervous system, parts needing love, parts needing love, not judgment, not my judgment. I'm taking my hands off the wheel of judgment. Parts of me fleshing out who me really is. Parts causing others to whisper. Parts of me you'll judge, but I can't concern myself with that in the moment, so catch me on the other side of my growth, okay? Please and thank you. Parts affecting how I show up in the world. Parts that are muscular, yet so sensitive. Parts convoluted and nuanced. Parts desiring validation. Parts worthy of grace. Parts worthy of grace. A great reminder to give ourselves grace. Parts. More curious than reluctant, I return back to the hole. This time, sleeves up, elbow deep, I'm in that hole. Yet again, more parts. But this time, there were parts of me bitter, but arguably better. Parts that moved beyond survival mode. Parts of growth. Parts where I grew in ways I didn't realize that were possible. Parts that were vividly dimensional. Parts of me aligned with my purpose. Parts of me lifting the collective vibe. Parts that now say, good morning, beautiful soul. Glad to see you. You came a long way. I'm so freaking proud of you. Those parts evolving, growing, becoming, conscious. Parts of me, parts so vividly. Oh, what a spectrum of parts to see. W-H-O-L-E. The hole I reached into was M-E.
Yeah.